Here's more of my exclusive interview with Brittany Griner. You eventually wrote to Vladimir Putin. Mm-hmm. You wrote him a letter.
I did.
It was a very careful letter, I guess the way I would put it. You were very careful in what you said, in trying to make sure that his ego remained intact in everything that you said.
Really hard to do.
Really hard to do. What would you really have wanted to write to him?
I don't think I can say what I want to say.
This is cable TV. It's cable.
I didn't want to have to write him at all, honestly. Like, I just really didn't want to have to write him. It was very carefully done, and it ended up being 2 letters that I had to write because, they made me write one in Russian as well, which took me 2 hours to write because I don't write Russian.
Yeah.
It was more tracing the letter than anything, but trying to pump up someone's ego that just already thinks that they're on top of the world, and the horrors that he does not only to his own people, but he tries to put on other people in the world. It was hard to do.
There was at one point kind of almost a competition to see who could get you out between the current administration, the Biden-Harris administration, and one Donald J. Trump, because he has some connections to, I guess, not World Wrestling Federation, but to, some athletic federations. And he thought, well, I can help you. I'll be the one to fly over and get you out. And in the book, you say, anybody to get you out, you were down with that. What do you make of the fact that after attempting to at least verbally say he was going to compete to get you out of Russia, Donald Trump then turns on you?
Yep.
And whips up the crowd against you, saying that you should not have been the one traded. You should not have been the one that the deal was made for, that it should have been Paul Whelan or someone else, and that essentially he sicked the MAGA mob on you. Yeah,
no, I was already being used as a pawn, and then to turn around and publicly be used, almost be used again as a pawn, here in the States with his administration. It was disheartening. I was just like, wow, really, at my lowest moment, you want to try to use this as a game. And then when it doesn't work or someone tells you not to do it, whatever happened, now you want to flip it. Just like, really, guy? Come on.
Eventually, you did get liberation. You got freedom. Talk about that moment when you realized a deal has been made.
I was very happy. Very happy. I'll never forget Ann coming to get me from the prison or from my workshop and telling me, like, you're going home, like you're leaving. I was thrilled, but then scared also because like it could fall apart at any moment. And then also happy because I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's me and Paul's turn now. When I get on this plane, hopefully we're both on this plane. When Trevor went home, Paul wasn't able to go, and I wasn't able to go. My trial was still going on, so I was really hopeful that everyone in Russia was going to be coming home.
Right, and Trevor Reed's family and Paul Whelan's family and your family were sort of all in connection. We were all in contact. Sherelle, your lawyers were all in contact with these families. That forms a bond, I can imagine, that your families really, this is a group effort. It's not just about getting one person out.
Oh, it's definitely a group effort because there's no way you get through this. There's no way you go through this, get through this without a unit, without a family, without the other families getting together, bring our families home. It really takes a village because it's a lot of emotions. It's hard to work through them as well, too.
You spent 293 days in Russia, in captivity in Russia, in various places. What did you learn about yourself in that 293 days?
I learned that I'm a little bit more resilient than I thought. I was listening to all those stories Pops told me back in the day. He used to work in the prison system as well, and he would tell me stories about how certain inmates would treat him and how he would treat them with respect as well. So I definitely used that too. I treated everybody with respect, even though they don't know what I'm saying. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, sir. And you can see how some would treat you with the respect that you deserve as a human, and then sometimes it just didn't work.
I want to talk about a couple of causes that you've you included in this book, and it was very generous at the end. You listed the still detained Americans all around the world and the organization that is trying to get them home. Talk about your involvement with that cause.
Yes, we'll bring our families home. You know, the WNBA, I will give credit to them and my team for everything that we have done last year, and we're going to continue to do this year with playing videos. One of the biggest things is to get these families in front of the camera as well, so we can get this coverage, so people will know. You know, up until my detainment, you know, I knew that we had, you know, Americans detained overseas, but I didn't understand how bad it was. Regardless what's going on, regardless of the crime, regardless of the alleged crime, these conditions and what these families are going through should never happen. Like, it should not happen. So, you know, with our coverage, we're using our platforms for something good, something really good, and giving these families a voice to be in front of America.
Do you have a message that you want to send to those who are still being held hostage around the world? If there's some way that they can get that message, what would you say to them?
Don't give up. I would say do not give up. We are fighting, and we're not going to give up. I'm not going to give up. I keep saying that I'm on borrowed time until my release date in October 2030. October 2030. And I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping. We're going to make as much noise as we can, and we're going to keep fighting to bring you home.
What do you make of the real necessity for people who were in your situation to get direct access to the White House? Because that was the key, right? It was the key for you. It was the key for the Whalen family. It's the key for the Reed family. What does that mean? Like, how do you do that?
Everyone pick up your phone, pick up a pen, write to your senator, write to the governor, write to the White House, write, flood their phones, be heard, be seen.
President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, they got personally involved. And at a certain point, they met personally with your wife.
Yes.
What do you think? Do you think that their efforts were soon enough, effective enough? Talk about them a little bit and about their efforts to get you home.
I just want to thank them, everything that they did. You know, we got to see a different side of politics and how it all works and everything. And, you know, they have a lot being thrown at them, a lot. It's so much. Hardest job, I think, in the country, honestly. And I just want to thank them so much for never letting me feel, or my wife feel, like we were forgotten or not heard. And I appreciate them for everything else and the people that they're continuing to bring home right now.
What was the conversation like? I believe that President Biden called you first and then Vice President Harris. What were those conversations like?
They were good. I remember him saying kiddo, and I immediately felt younger. I immediately felt like a kid again. And but he was just so warm, and like just so personal. Same with Ms. Harris as well. Just so warm, so personal, and I'll never forget seeing Ms. Harris behind my wife when she was talking, and she was just looking so proud back there, and I was just so happy. I
got the PDF version of your book so that I could read it, so I could prepare for this. Now I have the hard copy.
Oh, yeah.
So I was able to turn to the last page, and this was not in the PDF.
No.
So I'm going to read it. No, it was not. To my son, I pray that you learn from my hard times so that you can have a life with a little less pain in it. I love you.
Yeah.
Is this baby born?
Not yet.
Not yet. But you know you're having a boy. The baby's in the oven.
Yes.
What will it mean to you to be a mom?
It's going to mean everything to me. You know, you're doing it for somebody else. You know, every movement, everything you do, everything you say, watching this person develop into whoever they're going to become. I'm just so ready for that chapter, and we both are, and we're so excited. What
advice would you give this baby boy about how to deal with difficult times?
Hold your head high and keep moving forward. You can't please everyone. And just as long as you're staying true to yourself, that's all that matters at night.
Brittney Griner, I believe a lot of people are going to be buying your jersey. I believe the WNBA is going to have its greatest season ever, and I think you are a big part of that. It is heroic how you stood up for yourself and also stood up for other people in the time of your greatest trauma. So I want to thank you for writing this book. I want to thank you for coming and sitting down with me, and God bless you. And when that baby boy comes, tell him he got an extra godmother.
I will definitely do that. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.